What is up, guys and girls of YouTube? Justin Omo here. Today I'd like to talk to y'all about Wavelab Pro 10 and what it is it worth it for you, why would you need this program, and so forth. So before buying this product or watching this video and then be like, hey, I'm gonna buy it or not, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. It is absolutely free. It'll keep you up to date to when I post videos, like me talking about software whenever I get it, when I talk about hardware products, like one I bought in one of these missed takes, which I'll show you a little. Oh yeah, this is in my cart. If you guys and girls want to support your boy, hit your boy up with that. Actually, I'm gonna buy it right here in your face. All right, dog, I just bought it. If you want to hit your boy up for mixing and mastering, though, for real, that's helping. That's actually where I got the money for. I got like a whole bunch of clients last week. So yeah, be on the lookout for one of those videos whenever that comes, because the virus and shipping. And I even make music, so if you are inspired or want to be inspired and see like, hey, how you made this song, it's gonna be on the channel, so stick along with your boy. So Wavelab Pro 10, what the hell is it about? It's a mastering program or an audio editing or process program. You could do a little bit of audio, like changing up the way a sounds, like cleaning it up, that type of audio editing part. But mainly it's for mastering, but I like to see this as a big, huge visual program in terms of statistics of the sound. That's what I like to call it. Just note that what I have over here, like what I'm covering, like that, doesn't really matter. This is like the browser section. You could like select your song, drag and drop it in there. So I'm not really blocking anything important. The only cool thing here that we care about is the metadata, which I'll show you real quick. It doesn't matter. But you could like add in lyrics, the photo, the ID3 tagging. So this is like adding information of the song to places like iTunes and all that. Have the data in there. Yeah. This program I see and I believe is pretty much a big display program. It shows you statistics, spectrograms, all types of stuff, and I'll go ahead and show you all of that right now. By the way, I'm not going to do a tutorial on this. This is like a 700 plus page manual that I had to read, and I figured I'm not a tutorial person anymore. I'm gonna just show y'all. We have a whole bunch of visuals. As you see over here, this little empty stuff, this is all visual. This is visual. This bit meter, visual. These things, loudness meter, spectroscope, wave scope, oscilloscope, visuals. Even down here, we have the waveform, as we see here. You could change it to the middle and side view, which is pretty damn awesome. This is something that you don't see in like Pro Tools or FL Studio. At least for my experience, I haven't seen anybody use a mid and side visualizer. So this is something that really gives a good up to this program. And since I spoke about an up, let's talk about a real down part for some of us. This thing costs $472. MSRP is $700. I really don't know what MSRP is like. If you go to the damn factory and buy it, I don't know. I bought this for $372. Don't mean to boast, but that's because it was last year in November. Things were on sale. But yeah, that's the only down part. It's a lot of money, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, let me go ahead and show you an example. By the way, this is a song called Be Me that I made like a couple weeks back. If you're interested, you could check a link in the description for the Spotify one, because I actually put it on Spotify. So you can see right here, this is actually the first song I ever posted on here, 2020. GT Player Productions. I gotta use that name because that's my YouTube URL if you haven't seen that. But yeah, I'm gonna hit play and you're gonna see some visuals happen, and I'll show you there. I'll go ahead and hit play now. And wash away.
I wanna get out my home. I don't wanna be here no more. I wanna break through the pain so I could be free. I wanna be me.
All right, that's enough for now. But as you saw right there, oh, it went away. Oh, that's okay. Let's go ahead and just go to a analyze and go to edit cursor, and then go ahead and just stop. There you go. You can see visuals are happening when we play. I mean, like, why wouldn't it? But you can also see visuals when you have it paused like this. You can see what bits are being used or what's happening on it. You can see on the phase scope, which by the way I haven't even shown, but you could like big up everything just with a double click. And yeah, you can see the peaks, the RMS, I believe that is. You can see the panning. What is this? The correlation? You can see all different types of stuff. Loudness meter. I don't know if this won't work. No, it won't work because the loudness has to deal with averages. But as you see on the spectrometer here, you got so much going on. The frequencies, you can see past 20 kilohertz. You can see under 30 hertz, which is pretty essential for some people who don't have a subwoofer. So yeah, that's why I got one. The whole time I've been using my eyes to, figure out the subwoofer side. But your boy done came up. Thanks to you guys and girls that hit me up on JustinOmoe.com. If you want to get your song mastered, hit your boy up. $50 a pop. It's gonna be the finalizer to your mix. I also do mix and mastering too, but yeah. Spectroscope right here. Yeah, nice bars. The wave scope that shows the wave when it's being played, I guess. Let's see. That's why. And lastly, we got the oscilloscope, which is pretty much going all the way into this thing right here, just minus the points and the digital looking stuff. That's some cool stuff, right? You see some good visuals, but don't worry, there's more when it comes to the visuals. You can even change the functions of certain things. I had to bring that over. You can see how this is yellow. Watch this, watch this. We're gonna make it matrix green. Oh, son! You could totally customize things the way you want it to look and feel. Like, look at this little cursor right here, right there, you know what I'm saying? You want to get a little, look, even here, you got the function settings, and then I got to bring it over here, my bad. But you see, you could totally customize this thing to your way and your liking. This is something FL Studio needs to do with their own skins. I had people that's colorblind hitting your boy up saying they can't see anything in the channel rack. Image line, if you're reading or watching this, please fix it. Customize your stuff. But yeah, you could totally put this thing to the way you like it, and I really like that. We're not done with the visuals, so we have the waveform visual right here, but we also have a left and right mode, which is right now, but there's a mid and side mode, which is pretty awesome, dude. It lets you see the sides of the song. You can see where parts are low, you can see where parts are, medium, where that high spark is right there, which if you want to hear that part, go ahead and hear it on Spotify. I don't want to play that part. That's like my favorite goosebump part of the song. But yeah, you could totally see things in the mid-side view. You could also go ahead and analyze things in the mid and side view, which I'll go over a little bit later. But yeah, even with this, you can see the spectrogram on middle and side view. I don't know about the loudness though. The loudness is like combined, so that part don't matter. This wavelet mode, I really don't care for. I'll be honest, like I don't care for. You can see that you could like change the scaling to visualize the wave, and same thing with the phase scope. You could go ahead and double click here. Yeah, let me go ahead and zoom out though. But with the wavelet form, oh god, you gotta build the display, With the wavelet form though, it lets you see things. Got a whip, gone to waste and wash away. Got a whip. You see the little wing sound. It's pretty tight. We could go into this process tab. Of course, I'm going to be covering it. But you can see in the spectrum tab, you have options to deal with this, visual part here. So if I were to do like a lasso and you see the little part here, I think this is like the little wing part of the song. You could, select just that and then hit play. On the waste. How do I do it? How do I play just that? There you go. Okay, there you go. Cool. I don't use this option myself, but you could play certain frequencies that you do highlight just to see an audition, and if there's like errors in it, you could like change things about it. You see here it says you could change the level, so if I want to mute it, I have it -144. I hit apply. So I totally removed that song, part of the song. On the history, you are able to freely go back and undo edits that you've done. So there you see, it's building the wavelet. So I went back to the initial version. You can see it's back. Only time I'll use it is when there's like a click in the sound and I want to see like, yo, is there a click in here? Or am I just bugging? But cool. All these visuals in Wavelab 10. This is pretty much the, biggest thing of it. But wait, there's more. One more thing. Let me go ahead and show you this one. Do you see this button right here? 3D frequency analysis. Click that B. Click that. Click that, son. Look at this. It's so good that I literally got to move myself out of the way. You could use this little knob to visually see things, to see your whole display and frequencies, see if there's any weird stuff going on. Here's a little Cloud Strife buster. What was it called? I forgot. You could change in range. Let's say we want 2000 hertz. Hit apply. and it'll show you just those frequencies there. So you have a lot of different ways to visually see your song and basically, decide if things are good the way you want them. You could change this thing to grayscale or black and white. What's the difference? But all different things that can make you want to, confirm a sound, see a sound, see if it's the way you like it, so forth. What do y'all think about this so far? I mean, I haven't even spoken about the mastering section, which honestly, not really much to talk about if I'm being honest, but there's two things in this program that I love to death, okay? And I mean, I love to death. By the way, I haven't really spoken about this loudness part here, but if you see on the loudness visualizer, you can see different types of loudness. So you see this, what is this one? The long range loudness. You see the program loudness in the blue, or you can see the fast paced loudness. I forgot what it's all called. Here you go. We got the chart right here. We got the momentary loudness, the short-term loudness, the integrated loudness, which we care about, but you can also change the lines and customize it. Like I said, with the other stuff, you see the loudness range, the true peaks, and all sorts of goodies. But if you put your mouse cursor right on the loudness at the end of the song, you can see exactly what you're getting here if you could accurately do it. I'm getting around negative 14.5 there, but you don't need to do that. All you got to do is export your song from the project. Let me go and just drop that down. Click this button right here in the Analyze tab called the Global Analysis, and all you have to do is hit the Apply button, and just like that, you get every single stat that you need of the song. You have the true peak right here, which I got at negative 1.06 or whatever. You got the loudness ranges here. You have the integrated loudness. So apparently it was negative 14.4. So it's better than, eyeballing it with your mouse, or even better, it's better than listening to the whole song using this device here. Y'all remember this thing here, the TC Electronic? I still use it. Don't get it twisted. But it's way better of a check than to, go back and forth on that device. Let's say, for example, like this fusion processed one. I'll go ahead and hit apply. You can see it's at negative 23, which is pretty perfect for a mix, if I do say so myself. And the loudness is not true, peaked, whatever. It's not like, fully finished. It's only a fusion processed song. But let's say we want this song to be up to that Spotify loudness. Well, the last thing I want to talk to y'all about, well, second to last, I guess. Have I showed y'all the bit meter? Okay, yeah, it is the last thing I really cared to talk to y'all about, is the processing section for loudness. Yes, I said that correctly. You could literally just get your loudness unit that you want, and even true peak, although this thing is a little, you gotta tweak around, but you could get what you want with a click of a single button. As you saw, I just hit apply, and it's doing some passes, and you're going to see. Could we get that? We couldn't get exactly negative 14.5, but you saw it right there. It changed it to negative 14.7. So if I go back to this Analyze tab, by the way, you can have all these tabs open. I just closed them off of, habit. But if I go ahead and apply, you can see negative 14.7. Just like that, we changed this song from negative 23 to negative 14.7. And even the true peaks are staying around the area that I set it to, which was negative 1.2. If I were to show you in the process again, see it says negative 1.2. So let's say we want this thing to go to a SoundCloud version. So not the easiest thing to do. I'm going to change it back. As you can see, the history tab lets you undo anything in a click of a double click. Click of a double click. Let's say we are going to SoundCloud this hoe. We're going to make this thing real loud. Actually, I have a SoundCloud levels right there. And I'm going to put this at 1.0 to show y'all, example. I'm going to hit apply. Let the magic happen. It might give us negative 10 or something. Oh, God, negative 12. So as you see, it's not always going to get you the result that you want. But yeah, it's pretty much louder than negative 14 here. So if I hit analyze, you see negative 12.4, and here we have over negative 1 on the, that's digital peaks. Oh shit, my bad. Okay, yeah, we still get the same number there. And okay, cool, we're within the range. That's pretty tight. So that's as much as you could get with this one for, you know, that loudness. If you want, we could try 9.0. Let's change this to something like negative, oh god, what the hell, negative 1.50. That's why I use, was that 6 passes? As you see, it went to negative 12.8 now, so you can't really win unless you like adjust the mix more or something. Go back to 1. Okay, there we go. We got a negative 9. But look at this goddamn waveform, dude. It looks like it's beyond distortion. I'm gonna play it. Brace your ears.
Play like a razor with no blade. I'm not getting my shave, just a whole lot of whip. Gonna waste and wash away. I wanna get out my home. I don't wanna be here no more.
Damn, that thing distorted, or not distorted, it squashed the hell out of the song. Let's go back to the initial. This is pretty much the thing that you would want for anyone who wants to have like a SoundCloud version or a different version of, you know, a certain loudness unit. Maybe you have, let's put this on Spotify alone. Let's get it to that exact number. Let's get it on iTunes Radio. Let's get it to negative 13, so forth. All you have to do is a click of a button and it will change and adjust the loudness that you already set or have it on into that format. Now, as you saw, for the same reason why I distorted this thing, I don't really use this in the final end. What I do is use the graphic mode, the graph mode on the analyze, the analysis part, my bad. I hit the read and I see this, and then I go into my DAW, which is FL Studio, and I change it accordingly to, you know, whatever this is. Just negative 23, 8.5 more. And then I export it, I throw it back in here, so forth. And I still didn't even go over the mastering part. And the reason why is because, I don't know, I don't really need to. If you need an explanation on the mastering, you could use things like the Wave programs. You can even have like the Studio Rack here. I'll go ahead and show you an example. You can even load presets that you have or already had on the in like FL Studio. Saved it here. Let's say mastering rack 1. So there's my mastering rack 1. We also have like the master settings for another person's stuff. So if you want, you could go into this program for the final mastering and just copy your settings from FL Studio, Pro Tools, whatever DAW you're using, and literally paste it in here. And yes, this product does use hardware stuff too, hardware processing. Where am I going? Preferences. I'm going to audio connections. You can see there's loading, but you can see I am able to go to external effects and say, for example, I have the Solid State Logic Fusion. For those who don't know me, there you go. I have that. I am able to route the song into it through, you know, that mastering section. So for example, I go here and I go here. Let's say the effects we want to go into Steinberg. There you go, external effects. Click there, and as you see, we have the routing. So what's gonna happen is it's gonna go through the master, the rack, and then it'll go through the thing here. You can even detect the latency options when the device is on, and everything will go throughout smoothly. There's so much more that I could talk about with this program, but that's pretty much the gist of it. Other things include, you know, the whole bit meter. You could have an encoder checker, and let me go ahead and just show you that. This device to check the encodings and stuff. You have multiple exporting functions. So if I go to the render tab, you can see format. You can do multiple formats. You even have things like a montage settings. Oh yeah, hold on. Oh, I do have a little bit of downsides to it, which I want to talk to y'all about now. It's only a couple for now, and hopefully it'll change. One being the mid sides part. This is probably the deal breaker here, and I already spoke to the developer or one of the technicians, and they forwarded it to the developers. But yeah,
I don't wanna be here no more.
so look, that's the middle side, the mid side. If I preview the mid down here, we're gonna preview the side, and
Get out my home. I don't wanna be here no more.
no, that's not how the sides are supposed to sound. As you saw, that showed a straight line. So the side process or the side preview only is inaccurate as of right now. Hopefully they do update it. The person said they'll update it at the end of March, but we're in April now. So yeah, I'll have to check back and see if they have an update to it. But there is a way to, you know, literally just go to that, just take the mid, go to process level. Oh wait, no, not the level, my bad, the gain, and then hit this apply a couple times, and then you could like go to preview in the middle. So you see that? Saw that right there? That's how it's supposed to look. That's pretty much the only gripe I have about it. The other gripe I have would be it's dedicated to the audio card. So if I hit play and then click down here,
It's always bought.
you can see it automatically cuts off. And there was one more issue that I don't feel like showing y'all because it's too much work, is the whole rendering in place part. Where is it? Yeah, the render in place. It works, but if you want to use something like the Solid State Logic Fusion, for example, a hardware device, it'll play through the whole thing, which is normal. But for some reason, I get clicks or abnormalities, and because of that, I end up just taking the settings to FL Studio and record it there, because I get no clicks in FL Studio. And I don't think it has anything to do with my side on like the buffer settings or something like that, because pretty much it's good. It's set. Everything works when you play. There's no clicks, but when you get to that render in place part, that's when it screws up. I guess one last cool thing I'll show you before I end this video, because golly, this is almost 30 minutes long, is look at the bit. We got 64-bit, son.
Try to imitate, but
So they have up to 64-bit float, 64F as you see there. We have 32F and all that. Is it needed? No, but you could boast about it. For the price of $477 though, is it, or $472, sorry, is it something worth it? I say it's only worth it if you are a profession in mastering, or if you do mastering services for people. I say that's when you should get into this product. If you're somebody like a person who just makes beats or makes songs with your beats on FL Studio, you don't necessarily need it. No, not at all. This is just a big visualizer for people to confirm sounds and see things. You can also do the mastering process in here if you wish. Yeah. But yeah, let me know what you guys and girls think about this program. Is it something that you are interested in? If so, let me know in the comment section below. If it's something you're not interested in, let me know in the comment section below as well. Yeah, there's still a lot of functions, like I said, I did not show y'all, mainly because it doesn't matter, like the markers section, the whole time stretch tweaking section, splitting audios. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Also hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this. My name is Justin Omoe. And with that being said, peace. I'm out. And please have yourselves a damn good one.